Hello everybody and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus Rotation Streaks with me, Penta. It's been a minute. I understand it's been a minute. Let me try and recount this. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We on Samson. I figured as much. I thought Eve was our last run. I remember it being a pretty good run as well. That miter is something that I'm going to definitely want. It's been a minute. We're gonna discuss it. Obviously, I know some people here have probably been missing the videos, and I do apologize for being away for so long, and I'm going to just come out and say it as part of like this opening dialogue of the video. The videos will most likely continue to be inconsistent for the near future, just because of the fact, this is interesting, just because of the fact that having been back to work now, after the entire world basically shut down. It is still kind of shut down, but I have been called back to work, which I'm thankful for, because, trust me, as much as we'd all love to live in a world where we could sit around and play video games all day, having the rhythm and flow of having a job, and having that schedule that I can keep and maintain every day, is probably the most satisfying part about streaming and doing YouTube, is like, I know for a fact that, you know, I get home from work, I stream, and then on days when I don't stream, I get home from work, and if I have time, or if I'm not just passed out, I record videos. However, due to the fact that I am back to work in a situation such as the way the world is right now, and I'm not going to go into a great amount of detail on it, it's led me to be very, very tired. I'm not here to bitch and get pity, because I don't expect it, I don't need it, I don't want it. And realistically, I shouldn't get it, because it is how it is, you know? But being off work for 2 months, going back and having to deal with a lot of the shit that I have to deal with because of the way that the world is in its current status, has made certain things extremely difficult, such as mostly mentally, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's an unfortunate bit of damage, but that is an amazing item, and I will take damage for that item. This game seems super loud to anybody else. Hold on, let me. Did Windows ruin my volume again? I think Windows ruined my volume again. Let me take a quick peek. Let's just drop it down. I'm unsure. It's probably fine, but I tend to worry about those kinds of things a lot more than some other people. Some people just don't give a shit about audio balancing. I know some of them. I won't say names. You know who you are. Cowards. Anyway. Yeah, so you might be asking, well, you were doing daily videos, and then you were doing etc., for so long. You were doing it for nearly 2 months, whatever. It's not the Penta we're used to anymore, but it's great to have you back doing that amount. Behind the scenes, I wasn't working. I had nothing to do all day. And there were days where, you know, obviously when you're in that kind of a mental place, you don't feel like doing anything, even recording, even streaming, and I would just decide to not stream or not record anything for days and days and days at a time, and I would just shelter myself. Because of the struggles, which is just kind of a first world issue, but it is, regardless of the severity of it on a grander scheme of things, it is a severe thing for me to have to deal with, and that's really what it comes down to, is perspective. For me, it's a serious thing. For some, it may not be. But having no schedule and having been in just a torrential downward spiral of sleeplessness, too much sleep, it was rough. But doing videos as often as I was, this is horrible, by the way. I have to soak up damage, is what you're telling me with this champion here? You can't expect me to do this, game. Thank you, Christ. Okay. But yeah, so like daily videos, most likely not going to be a thing. I might not even be able to push out 2 or 3 videos a week at this point in time. And while I do hope to return to being able to do that, being called back to work was something that I was anticipating, but it was not something that I was expecting to happen literally out of nowhere. And that just goes to show that being laid off and being furloughed from work is never fun, because being without work for 2 months and just like, again, falling into that like cradle of restlessness and shit, and then all of a sudden you have no schedule, you're just fucking depressed, you don't want to talk to anybody, you don't want to deal with anybody. Excuse me. And then you just get called back in and they're like, hey, can you come back in 2 days? It's like, oh, so I gotta fix my sleep schedule. And I didn't, by the way. That's the worst part, is like you can't just like reverse engineer a sleep schedule overnight. That's just not how the human brain works. So basically I went back to work the first day being up 25 hours, being awake just so that I could get home and go to sleep. And I couldn't even go to sleep right away because I had to be up for a few hours so that I could go to sleep at the time that I normally would ever go to sleep before. And so I got home from work that day, I went to sleep, or I went to stream. This is amazing, by the way. I streamed, and then after I streamed, I was like, chat, you cannot let me sleep. You have to keep me awake for at least 2-3 hours, and then I can go to sleep. And so I did that, went back to work the next day, and obviously, like, being off work, and I don't need to tell anybody this. Anybody who's done a full-time job and, you know, a physical job, not saying that people who don't do physical work don't have this themselves, because there is a such thing as mental stress and mental fatigue as well, but my job requires both, or involves both of those. So I was like physically beat, clearly not in shape to do the amount of work that I would normally do on my regular day. It was rough, and I'm not gonna sit here and sob story it. Basically what I'm just trying to say is, like, I'm kind of getting back into the flow of things after the first week and a half. But then again, there is also no guarantee that it's going to be stable. And I'm anticipating flu season. I'm anticipating the cold weather of the fall for this whole COVID shit to just explode and become terrible again. And the second that happens, I am most likely going to be without work again. And so, like, I'm not getting ahead of myself with the YouTube and stuff. It's just not good for me to get ahead of myself with that and just be like, oh yeah, sick, guys, I can just put out like 1,000 videos a week. That would be ill-advised, it would be unhealthy, and it would be a lie, because I can't guarantee that. Now I get the hiccups because anybody who's watched my channel for a long time knows that when I talk about serious shit, I tend to ramble. And when I ramble, I forget to breathe. And then my oxygen is like, and my brain is like, hey, I need oxygen. And I'm like, I know you need oxygen, but I can't stop talking. I'm talking about important stuff. I should breathe more. It's a positive thing for the body. But yeah, as far as the content goes, and I know this is going to probably come off as maybe a detriment to some and a positive to others, because, you know, some of you might not have enjoyed it, but I may be pushing, like, possibly Space Gladiators. I mean, let me just poll the audience here. And keep in mind, like, I do listen to you guys. Your feedback does matter to what I do on the channel. Is a Space Gladiator something that you guys would like to, or is Space Gladiator something that you would like to continue seeing? Like, is that a series that, like, even if it's like a 1 video a week type of deal, where, because, like, I mean, I'm getting to the point in that game now, like, the last run was a little busted, but, like, I'm getting to the point in that game now where the runs are kind of turning into Gungeon, where they're like 40-45 minutes, and that's the minimum, unless I lose. Like, Isaac's weird, but, and I know people are always like, well, Isaac runs can be 45 minutes, Isaac runs can be 2 hours, and I'm like, yeah, but, like, the thing about Isaac is it's so goddamn easy to record for me because it's mindless. And it's almost unfair for me to refer to Isaac as, like, even a Let's Play at this point. It's literally a podcast. because playing this game is like routine. I don't even think when I play it. I just go. We haven't seen this on the rotation streak yet, but like at the same time, I kind of hate the D100. We already got the Pact. We already got a good tier rate. I can't, in good conscience, take the Pact at this, or take the D100 at this point, just because I don't think it's gonna benefit us in the long run. It'll make things goofy, but I really don't need the 3 floors of shit slowing us down, considering it is late at night and I gotta go back to work tomorrow, and that's just the way of life. We're back into the, we're trying to get back into that normal routine. But is Space Gladiator something that you guys are actually enjoying? Because if it's not, if you guys are like, we can deal without Space Gladiators and something else can fit that like weekly slot, maybe like once or twice a week slot. Because I'd like to keep Isaac, if I can find recording time, I'd like to keep Isaac at least 2 or 3 videos a week. Like, there's almost no excuse for me to not have at least 2 or 3 videos of Isaac a week, assuming recording time is possible, which it should be once I get back kind of in my rhythm, because like when I'm in my rhythm, I can do shit pretty easily. If Space Gladiators is not something that you guys are excited, so like for example, before, like, while you guys are answering that, that's the kind of my question of the day, is that something? And then the secondary part of that is, if the answer is yes, then obviously I will continue to do it, and I will continue to make it a hopefully once or maybe possibly some weeks, twice a week thing. You know what? Let's nah, we don't need to trade that. We don't need to trade that. We're gonna hang on to that 1 heart, because we're gonna probably get a devil deal this floor or next floor. But if the answer is yes, then yes, I will continue playing Space Gladiators. I do enjoy that game a great deal. Obviously, Thomas has made a fantastic game that I adore. I don't know if there's been updates since I have played it last. I doubt so, because it's only been like a week or 2. Week and a half, week-ish, 2 weeks, whatever it was since I last recorded the last video. Which was an amazing run, and I do enjoy the game and want to get back to it. However, to follow that up, if the answer is no, if you guys are like, Pento, we can deal without Space Gladiators, it's a great game, but it's not my thing. If like the greater majority of people are like, hey, Space Gladiators is cool, but it's not really my thing, that's our guppy right there. Excuse me. Dude, my throat is so dry right now. I need to take a drink while this loading screen happens. Then we can kind of brainstorm what that secondary series can be. Obviously, Atomic Crops has had its full release, and I enjoy the hell out of that game, and I want to play more of it. Atomic Crops does fall into that Gungeon thing, where it's like, a good run of Atomic Crops can be like an hour and a half. And I haven't even explored like the later years of the game, where it's supposedly supposed to get really hard and possibly even longer. But the thing about Atomic Crops is the runs really don't vary in length on like a full run like a Gungeon or Isaac do, because it is RNG, but the way that game is like designed, the days and stuff and the seasons always are the same length, and that's kind of a nice thing about Atomic Crops, is I can realistically always find a schedule where that game will work, because I can just set aside an hour and a half of time, and I know for a fact that I can squeeze in at least a run, even if it's not a win, into that time frame. But because it's still around that hour and a half mark, I would probably be unlikely to do it 2-3 times a week, like I would want to, but the time just does not fit. People seem to think that YouTubers have all the time in the world. We really don't. Some of us do. Some people do it full time. Trust me, I don't want to be the full-time YouTuber. I don't imagine myself ever being the full-time YouTuber, and I genuinely hope that I never am, because I do not see doing this as like a full-time thing being fun. I'm the type of person that as soon as something becomes actual work, I stop enjoying it a great deal. And so like I love my job, but it also pays me like on average about 7 times as much as YouTube and Twitch ever pay me. And that's not even like a weird flex, but okay. That's just the reality of like how much money a full-time job in a career that you've been doing for over 10 years can give you. Where, oh my lord, where YouTube and Twitch is kind of like great side income, and I'm not saying that I don't enjoy the fact that I get paid, and I'm not saying that I don't enjoy or greatly appreciate the people who do support me, especially financially on the Twitch side of things. Like, that's ridiculous that people do it, and I'm thankful for it, but unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on which way you frame it, it's never going to be, at this rate, it's never going to be enough to where I can do it full-time. And even if I did make enough to do it full-time, like, here's the thing. I don't see a reason why I would ever quit my full-time job. I don't ever see a reason that I would do that. Like, so many people quit their full-time jobs to pursue this as a career because, like, the opportunities are obviously there and you can be your own boss and that's fine, but, like, I don't know. I kind of like my career path. I mean, I've been doing it my most of my life at this point, over half of my life at this rate. No, a third of my life. I didn't start working when I was 9. What am I talking about? Well, like a third of my life. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the perception that YouTubers can just like snap their fingers and make a video is not the reality. Even people who do it full time sometimes miss videos. Like even guys like Northern Lion who have grown to become these like content like hoses. Like the dude makes like 1,000 videos a fucking week. And even NL, the almighty Northern Lion himself, misses videos because we're all human and we sometimes just don't have time. It's even more so, and I'm not gonna say it's even more so. That's amazing. The Squeezy here is just gorgeous. But it's even more so for people who don't do it full time. Is like I have on a greater scale less time than those people do. This is a disgusting Samson run, and we're not even doing the Samson thing. It's just the items we have gotten are just so gross that we don't even need... Yeah, we don't even need the Samson proc. We're just benefiting from the fact that we can take damage and get a damage upgrade. I don't know. But, what I was originally saying was, like, Atomic Crops is one of those things where it's like, I enjoyed the game. People seem to really enjoy the first look that I did at it, the, like, not really a first look, but, like, it was technically, like, a second look, but the full release video I did on it, people really seem to enjoy it, which is great because that game is amazing and everybody should enjoy that game because it's ridiculously fun. Super unique. My throat is dying. And, I thoroughly enjoy it, and so, like, that's an option. Obviously, the first question is, like, do you guys want Space Gladiators to come back? That's kind of the... Excuse me, I have bombs, but my left trigger doesn't work. Dude, I don't want to retire this thing, but it might be time for me to swap out for my other controllers. I've been hanging on to this controller for so freaking long, man. It has served me many, 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 many years of beautiful, beautiful gameplay. The Sun card is fine here, because I get to see where my super secret is, and I can go here right now. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Atomic Crops is great, but obviously the answer really depends on whether or not people want Space Gladiators to return, which, if you do, awesome, honestly. I would love to play more of that. I will probably be playing more of it in my free time anyway, regardless if the series continues or not. And obviously, like, this might come up, I will definitely be returning to the game. I'm gonna fight the lamb this time. I will definitely be returning to the game upon, like, content being added to it. If there's anything substantial here, I will do Boss Rush. I mean, yeah, this is just disgusting as well. With Devil Card as well. This is horribly disgusting. This is like Ren and Stimpy close-ups levels of disgusting on this Boss Rush here. Dude, I don't care that you hit me. That's where I am right now. I don't care that you hurt me. Stop trying to hit me and actually hit me. We have Hive Mind, Infestation 2, Guppy. What are you gonna do, Brownie? What are you gonna do? The Haunt is invisible during this phase, and he's even scared. I don't care if you hurt me. Do you think I actually care that you hurt me? I don't care that you hurt me. I'm gonna get 1,000 HP a minute. You're dead before you even spawned. Nah, and obviously, like, Atomic Crops is not the only option. If you guys have a game, like, if you guys are saying no, and this is only for the people who are saying no, but if you are saying no to Space Gladiators coming back, oh, there's still another wave. I thought that was the last wave. If you're saying no to Space Gladiators coming back, maybe it's not your favorite game, maybe it's not your deal, maybe it's not your preferred thing to watch me play, maybe you've just got somebody else who's playing it that you're enjoying more playing it, or you just had enough of it. Whatever the reasoning being, you can always suggest me a game. You can always suggest me a game, but I would hope that it's something that's like Let's Play formatable. No like Kingdom Hearts or hey Penta, play Persona 5. Like nothing along those lines, but like, hey, Maneater. This game you get to be a shark. It's a shark RPG. Just came out. Penta, have you heard of it? Yes, I have. I actually have the game. I was given the game by the publisher and have yet to play it because, again, time does not exist. Not only does time not exist, but even the time that I do have, obviously you guys know I'm like, my main game is like Escape from Tarkov. Has been for years. Some people are still in denial that that's my main game. I hate to break it to you, this is my main game, especially on stream. That just had its recent content update. Had a wipe, account wipe, which means that's a lot of my spare time, stream time, and stuff like that. Monster Train is eating a lot of my time. Monster Train is on that list of games that I would be willing to do a series on, but I hate to break it to you, like, my views have been kind of down to begin with. I've heard that Monster Train YouTube content, and this is coming from friends and fellow colleagues here on the website, the YouTube views for Monster Train have just like not been there. I don't know if people aren't vibing with the game or what, but like the Monster Train views across the board, it seems like across most people are just not where people would expect a game like Monster Train to be, because it is like an extremely good game. It's like the first traditional roguelike deck builder style game. Oh my god. And it's the Matriarch, and I'm dying. It's the first like traditional roguelike deck builder type game that I've been interested in for more than a little bit. Like, obviously, Spire is a good game, Slay the Spire is a very good game, and that's actually a series that is in the works. I do not joke. People have stated that they wanted a Slay the Spire series, but I would be more than happy to turn the Slay the Spire series potentially into Monster Train. I'd have to rework the thumbnail, because hilariously enough, I already made the thumbnail for the Slay the Spire series, because I intended to start recording it like last Friday, so like not this Friday that as of when I'm recording this, but the Friday before. But literally the Thursday prior to that was when the wipe for Tarkov happened, and I was like, well, I guess I'm not playing anything else for the next week. And it was kind of crazy, because the patch got announced like way earlier than everybody was expecting. We were all expecting it, even when it was announced. Here's the thing. Even when it was announced and we knew that the wipe was going to be coming in the next like week, we've never seen them do a patch on a Friday. Especially with how heavy of a work schedule those guys at Battlestate Games have. Like, we usually see them, if they're like, hey, the pre-wipe is on a Wednesday, Tuesday, they'll hold off the wipe until Monday, so they can at least have the weekend to rest. They can release the pre-patch stuff, and then they can just have the weekend to rest. They were like, fuck no, we're releasing it on Thursday, And the whole Tarkov community, streamers and all, were like, oh Jesus, we have no time to prepare for this. We're just gonna have to start making content tomorrow. And that's kind of where I was in the boat with, is like, I don't stream on Thursdays. Thursday is normally like a purely off day. I don't even record on Thursdays. Thursdays and Sundays are usually like just my days by myself. So I had to actually take Wednesday off that night, that Wednesday off of streaming, because Wednesday is one of my stream days, and take Wednesday off and then stream Thursday, and then I streamed Friday, so I was streaming back-to-back days, and was back to work, and was overtired, and it was just like, it was a rough time, but worth it because it was just an amazing feeling. A wipe in Tarkov is definitely like one of those things. We're already at 22 minutes. If I fight the Hush now, it's gonna be a 50-minute video. Even as strong as we are, I don't really want a 50-minute video. As much as I'd love to give the Eden's Blessing away, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think we need it. Azazel's next, so... Lovely damage. Dude, my throat is killing me. To be fair, I did just, like... context, and I know this is more Tarkov talk. Y'all guys would like Tarkov, trust me. And if you don't, that's fine. But allow other people to like it. But I did just get done playing like a 6-hour session with some friends. And including Mr. Modiply, fellow member of the Wholesomeverse United Clan, whatever you want to call it. The Wholesomeverse. Which is just a goofy name, but I guess I kind of have to deal with it. I guess I'm kind of wholesome. In a weird sense. Cricket's body... I mean, that's just the health up, so... We'll take the speed up. We actually kind of need it. That's like one of the things we've needed this entire run. No joke. But yeah, if you guys are like suggesting games, like Man-Eater's on the board, Slay the Spires, obviously like still kind of in the works. I already, like I said, I already have the thumbnails made, so if you guys would prefer Slay the Spire over Monster Train or Monster Train over Slay the Spire, let me know. I just want to do, oh my god, I just want to do what I think the members of the YouTube community have always told me to do, and that's take it easy and don't overwork myself, because I have a habit of overworking myself. I have a habit of just being like, I'm gonna make 1,000 billion goddamn videos and you can't stop me. And unfortunately, it just does not happen. It just does not work like that. That's not how the human body and brain and fatigue allows it. That was actually like a 2-minute Shale and Dark Room, so maybe it wouldn't have been a 50-minute video, but hey, people will think I lost because it's a shorter video, but who knows, it's a Samson run. People will just assume we win anyway, but we don't need an Eden's Blessing because it's frickin' Azazel next time. We don't need help for the next 2 characters, maybe even the next 3 characters, but I would like to get an Eden's Blessing on Eden, so we might look to doing a Hush on a Lazzy run, but for now, it's Azazel next. Please consider the questions I asked. Yay or nay on Space Gladiators, even if it's a 1 video a week type of deal, with Isaac kind of as the main ground. If it's a nay on Space Gladiators, please suggest a game, be it Monster Train, Man-Eater, Slay the Spire, Atomic Crops, some random game I've probably never heard of. I know there's some games out there that people are enjoying currently at the moment that I've never heard of, even if it's something like out of my wheelhouse. If it's something you guys think that I would like and people would like watching, feel free to suggest that as well, but obviously, if you guys are enjoying Space Gladiators, please do let me know, and then I will continue recording videos. Until next time, thank you for being here, thank you for understanding my absence. I go away from time to time, but that's just the way it is, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I can't change it. Appreciate you still, and we'll catch you later.